there, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about some 2025 reading plans, some fantasy series that I am in the middle of and just need to finally finish next year because I have been sitting on them for so long. So I'm just going to go through the couple of fantasy series that I just need to finish, and I am going to be prioritizing next year. But before we go ahead and get on into the books, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as well as giving this video a like to throw my channel a little bit of support. The first is a trilogy, and I'm going to be prioritizing The Bone Ships by R.J. Barker. I read the first book, which is The Bone Ships, I don't even know, probably like 2 years ago. It's a maritime fantasy. I really enjoyed it. It definitely was unique to the fantasy books that I have read, and I just never have continued the series. I do have a full book review for The Bone Ships, so I'll leave that up in the cards if you want to check it out. But this book is kind of unique because we are following a world that creates these ships out of dragon bones, and they're basically indestructible, but dragons have been slowly dwindling, and essentially they don't even exist anymore in this world. They're incredibly rare, and the ship that we are following is actually a kind of like a prison ship. The people that man it are people who have been convicted of crimes, and we're following a captain, Captain Mies, who is a well-seasoned captain, and then her subordinate, as they are going through chasing one of the last dragons that is known to exist to get its bones. But as the story goes on, as always, we learn that there is more than meets the eye with regards to this world, the politics, the dragons, etc. It really is a unique story, and I kind of regret taking so long to finish it. Next, we have a series that I don't own all of the books in the series, and that is Song of the Shattered Sands by Bradley Ballou. The only book I have read is 12 Kings and Sharakai. So this is a desert fantasy, which is another type of setting that I really enjoy. And I believe there are 6 books in this series, and I have books 1 through 4. So I have Vale of Spears, which I think is book 2. With Blood Upon the Sand. This might be book 2, I'm not even sure. And then I just picked up Beneath the Twisted Trees. The good thing about these books is that I've seen them on Book Outlet for super cheap, and then I also have seen book 6 at my used bookstore just recently, and I don't know why I didn't grab it, because I probably should. Then I would only need to get book 5. I don't know if I'm actually going to finish this series in 2025. I really did enjoy the first book. I thought it was extremely unique, and I can see myself kind of reading one of these books every 2 months until I finally finish the series. Then we have a series that I am going to reread, and that is The Draconis Memoria by Anthony Ryan. So I have had a love-hate relationship with this series for the longest time, because my goal has been to finish the series, because I've read books 1 and 2, and then I kept putting it off, and Anthony Ryan came out with his Covenant of Steel series, so I read that, and then he just came out with Tide of Black Steel, and I read that, and I've been putting off finishing Draconis Memoria, and now it's been so long that I remember absolutely nothing that happened in The Waking Fire, so I'm going to start from the beginning. My goal actually was to knock book 1 and 2 out in 2024, November and December, but I ended up picking up Faithful and the Fallen instead, choosing to finish this series first since I was already on book 3 and had already started it earlier this year, and knock Anthony Ryan back to 2025. This series, from what I remember, follows dragons, and in this world, you can kill the dragon, ingest its blood, and you get these magical abilities, one of them being prophecy. There are a whole bunch of different characters, and there is a plot line where we have characters that are seeking this infamous white dragon to this abandoned underground city, which is one of my favorite tropes. This is just a trilogy, and I'm excited to read it again. I've already got the books on audio, so I can audiobook while physically reading these and help get through them faster. But we have The Waking Fire, Legion of Flame, and the only book that I haven't read is Empire of Ashes. But like I said, I am going to be starting this series over from the beginning. I have never reviewed any of these books, so I'm excited to reread them and finally do a review for you guys. So these are all of the adult completed series that I am in the middle of and need to finish. I didn't include series that I'm also in the middle of where books are still being published, because I don't know when the next books are going to be coming out, so I didn't want to include those. And then I do have 2 YA series that I also want to include in this video. The first one is the Belladonna series by Adeline Grace, and I've only read Belladonna. I bought Foxglove last year because I enjoyed Belladonna so much, and then my husband just bought me Wisteria, which is her newest release. The thing with the Belladonna books is that they can be read as standalones. They do follow the same characters and all of that, but from my understanding, the first book, the main plot line was wrapped up, and then we are just continuing with a segment of that in book 2. And then with Wisteria, we are actually following a different character other than the main character from the first 2 books. So this can be considered kind of an exception to the rule because they can kind of be read as standalones. But Belladonna is a dark, creepy YA story about an orphan who learns that she has some family living at this manor. She goes there, there's some deep, dark secrets. She gets involved with death, and they start to uncover some of the mystery surrounding her family. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to get back into this world. And then we have a book that I have already started this year, and it's the last book in a YA trilogy, and for the life of me, I cannot finish this book. I keep getting sidetracked. I keep getting other holds from my library become available, and that is A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. This is the 3rd and final book in her Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, which is a spinoff of her Caraval series. I love Caraval. I love the world. I love the whimsy. I've enjoyed the first 2 books in Once Upon a Broken Heart. And I actually have already, I think, read 30 pages of this book. Let me see. Yeah, I'm on page 30, literally. So this is definitely a book that I can prioritize at the beginning of 2025 and maybe even squeeze into the end of 2024. All right, y'all, those are some priority fantasy series that I do want to get to in 2025, series that are completed that I have already started reading and for whatever reason have stopped or not continued, not because I haven't liked them, just because there are so many books and so little time. Let me know in the comments, guys, some series that you plan on continuing next year, or if you have read any of these and what you thought of them, or maybe if you have any suggestions of series that I should put first and prioritize. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye.